Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dominic Peterson, aka Duckzone 503, talking all things Oregon football. If you guys ain't following or subscribed already, go and smash those buttons below to join the Duckzone 503 family, where we're always talking Oregon football. All right, if you guys follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I went ahead and asked you guys what's your 2022 college football hot take. Went ahead and pulled some of the best ones, going to go ahead and review and talk about them, then grade them at the end, 1 through 5, 1 being not so hot, 5 being not so really hot take. Don't really see it happening. If you haven't dropped your hot take already, go ahead and drop them in the comments. I might go ahead and review them. All right, let's get to this hot take right here that someone submitted. Someone said, Bo Nix will win the Heisman. So this is pretty bold when I first seen it. I was like, wow. But then I went ahead and searched some Heisman odds and went to DraftKings, and Bo Nix actually made the list, y'all. Bo Nix made the Heisman list. So you got your usual C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams filling out your top 3 for this DraftKings list. But down at the bottom there, at number 15, you got Bo Nix, our guy, plus 5,000 as they're giving him. So if you got $100 or you're a Duck fan, you think Bo Nix is going to win the Heisman? Put your money where your mouth is, and you can win $5,000 if he does it. So on the DraftKings preseason favorite list, he's comes in at number 15. This is pretty big because last year, it's looking at a lot of 2021 preseason lists, at least for CBS Sports. Bo didn't make the list. I mean, you had like Spencer Rattler, DJU at the top 2, Bryce Young at Alabama, CJ Stroud, JT Daniels. So you got a lot of guys last year that you heard a lot of names about, but Bo didn't make the list. And, I think Bo at Oregon will have a lot more weapons at wide receiver and much more talented recruits than he did at Auburn, especially at the wide receiver position. Oregon just bring in, the best wide receiver class in 2021 as more recent with Franklin and Thornton. So real excited. Bo Nix, it's also important to note that he'll be playing against Pac-12 defenses. Pac-12 defenses aren't necessarily even close as good as the SEC defenses that he was playing against. Bo is entering his 4th year of college football, so Oregon fans, we're hoping that he's more mature, better in the decision-making processing. Hopefully lets plays, pan out a little longer rather than taking off or forcing passes that just ain't there. So this is the thing. There's a lot of things that I could note that's good about Bo Nix coming to Oregon and how it benefits him, and what we're hoping that will happen. But this is a 5. I mean, let's just be real. This is a 5. I'm going to keep it short and simple. Bo Nix winning the Heisman, just off the top of my head, is just unthinkable. Just because of the other players around the country. I mean, just look at the quarterbacks. You got Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud. I mean, those guys are really hard to, Bryce Young at Alabama. Those guys are really hard to compete with for the Heisman. And it's not so much that Bo Nix isn't good enough to win the Heisman. It's just he's competing for the greatest trophy in college football. I mean, Heisman is the MVP of college football. So, those guys are gonna, their teams are going to be undefeated college football playoff contenders. I mean, we're talking about Bryce Young, CJ Stroud with Ohio State. I mean, they're going to be in the conversation the whole year. And the only way I see Bo Nix even being in the conversation is if he has a big performance in week 1 against Georgia and Oregon beats Georgia. Because then the national spotlight is on Oregon. And if Bo is to have a big performance on top of that while beating Georgia, the attention is going to shift to Oregon as a team, and then especially on Bo as a Heisman contender. I mean, he's on the list for the preseason. He's got the eye on him. Let's say that. But to beat Georgia and have a big performance, I think that is a kickstart into the rest of the year to be watching Oregon, to be watching Bo. But if that doesn't happen, which I think is expected, if Georgia beats Oregon and Bo doesn't put up as many numbers, I think, we're going to just see the main talk. Bryce Young, Caleb Williams. Really hard to see Bo winning a Heisman. I'm just going to keep it real. The only possible slight way is if Oregon goes and beats Georgia, he has a big performance on top of that. So, audience question here. At the end of my videos, I like to always put out an audience question. How many touchdowns will Bo Nix throw in this upcoming 2022 season? So, some people think he might win a Heisman. Some people don't think he should be the starter week 1. a whole bunch of opinions out there, but what's your opinion on how many touchdowns will Bo Nix throw this season? Go ahead and drop it below. If you guys like content like this, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Go Ducks, as always.